out there in podcast land. That's where we are. We are Mary and Phil sharing another interview with a most interesting guest for this week's podcast. And so we've had some discussion before going on the air about who our sponsor might be. As you recall, all you faithful listeners who have heard past podcasts, we usually pick somebody from the campus here at Friendship Village to recognize and honor and just say a kind word about. And we've run out of possibilities, so we're going to do something different. We're going to honor ourselves. That's right, honor ourselves, because it's now known that we have at least 50 podcasts on the line at Care Marriage. So for any of you out there who haven't been keeping up, that's the place to go and download the podcast and bring yourself up to date. But we are honored by somebody who mentioned this accomplishment on the Facebook account. And whoever you are, we appreciate that. And it's been fun doing these 50 plus podcasts, and we're expecting a few more. So, as I said earlier, we do have a most interesting guest, and we'll meet her shortly. But before we proceed, let me ask Mary if you have any words to kind of plug in here.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for being a part of our podcast, for all the people that we've asked to interview and put on our podcasts. We've enjoyed every one of them. We've learned so much about many, many people. And like they said on there, we've had employees of Friendship Village. We've had in many different areas, and we've had people from outside Friendship Village in different jobs that they've had. And we've learned a lot about just people. Mm-hmm. And that's part of it. And we just really thank everybody for taking part in it. And we hope to come up with a few more as time goes on. But doing 50, that took a lot of people. So we're hoping that we can, if you are interested in doing a podcast with us, please let us know. Let
Yes.
Phil or I know.
Yes.
And we'd be glad to talk to you about it. So.
Thank you, Mary. That's true. Now, before we proceed, let me share a quick joke. Okay. That I've shared on previous podcasts, but hopefully you've forgotten what it was. But anyway, it involves a couple who have been married for many, many years, and they've had a most enjoyable and productive and positive relationship, visible to whoever they meet and get to talk to them. And so one night at a church, they were being honored for 66 years of marriage. And at some point in the evening, somebody asked the gentleman, he said, Harry, what is your secret to such a long and great marriage? And he said, well, first thing is you just got to set your heart to be nice. We try to out-nice each other. That's what we do. And that's half the fun. So anything else? Well, let's see. I have learned over the years that my wife loves to travel. So we've gone to many interesting places because of her interest. For example, on our 25th wedding anniversary, I took my wife to Tahiti. And so the person that was talking to our guest said, well, what did you do then on your 50th? And he said, I went back and got her. Oh, okay. You went back and, well, I'm glad you went back and got her. So.
I have another joke along that line that I heard Sunday.
Okay.
This couple had been married for about 70 years, and they both passed away, and they were up in the heavenly gates, and they got all kinds of food, and they got all kinds of amenities, and the man would say, well, how much do we owe you for this? And I said, no, this is heaven. You don't have to pay for anything. Well, then they'd go along and they'd get something else, and he'd say, well, how much is that? Well, this is heaven. Everything is free here. And so he said to his wife, you know, if I'd have known that, we'd have come 10 years earlier.
Okay. Hey, it's time for our interview, and this gracious young lady has been had to have the interview postponed a week because of me. So I thank her for that. And why don't you open the door here and get us started, Mary?
Okay, today we're going to interview and get to know Jenny Zwack.
Zwack.
And if you don't know who that is, she is our receptionist supervisor. And that's a new title that she has acquired. I knew her from Park Lane many years ago.
Yep.
And she was a receptionist there, and she only worked part-time. But I think she's working full-time now, pretty much.
Yep.
And all her children have gone through Friendship Village in one capacity or another.
Mm-hmm.
So they're very well acquainted. I think maybe you might have a room marked for you and your husband someday.
You never know. It's going to sneak up
So
on us.
welcome, Jenny. And as we always begin our podcast, where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised on a farm out by North Liberty, Iowa. And grew up there, spent my first 18 years there before going to college.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you go to school, did you go to school in North Liberty?
I went to Clear Creek.
Okay, Clear
Before-
Creek
yeah.
with Amana, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't with Amanda
No.
back then.
No.
So, yes, it was a little smaller school. And, yep, went to high school there. Was into drama and music a lot there.
Mhm.
So, yeah, had a good
And then you went to
experience.
college?
I went to a little Catholic college called Marycrest in Davenport.
Mm-hmm.
Went there 3 years and then decided I wanted to broaden my horizons and went to Iowa to finish up there. Got a business administration degree from Iowa.
Okay.
So yeah. And then after that, ended up staying and working for the school for several years and
As a
Had some-
receptionist? No?
no, well, I worked in the financial aid department for
Okay.
a while there. I had some health issues and needed to cut back while we figured all that out. And so I took a part-time job for a while at a Catholic bookstore in Iowa City. And I met my husband there.
Hmm.
And so he was from originally Dubuque, but he was living in Waterloo at the time. And so that's how I ended up here in Waterloo.
Okay.
So we, started dating, and I ended up moving up here.
When did you get married?
Don't ask me dates. I'm terrible with dates. Let's see. We got married we've been married for 25 years now.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so 5 kids later, here we are.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Have a nice family.
Uh-huh.
Nice family. And they're all kind of spread out now a little bit.
A little bit. They're all pretty close. Nobody out of state or anything. They're
Yeah.
all close enough that we can get together on the weekends.
Going to college and working.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Luke, Meredith, John, and Aaron all used to work here, and they're no longer working here. And now Grace is working in the Village Place dining room.
Okay.
Right now she's my baby. She's the last one.
Hmm.
So,
She's still at home?
Yep. Yeah. She's
Okay.
Yep. She's in high school, so a couple more years.
Couple more years.
Yeah.
Then when did you start with Friendship Village?
After I think the kids got older, I ended up being a stay-at-home mom and homeschooling the kids. So just I came to Friendship Village in 2016. So decided they were old enough that I could be away from them a little
Mhm.
bit here and there. And my husband, we worked our schedules,
Mhm.
so there was always somebody around. But yeah, that was.
Well, you started working after we moved here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause we've both been here, I'll be 9 years in March for me.
Okay.
Or no, January. 9 years in
And
January.
right away, were you at Park Lane?
Yes, I started at the receptionist desk at Park Lane. Yeah.
For you people out there who don't know Park Lane, it's the building that's no longer erect. It was replaced by
All
the
that's
terrace.
left of it is the 2-story building.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm.
And Phil and I both lived there at Park Lane.
That's right.
And we were asked to change addresses, so we moved over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jenny kind of moved along.
I did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. We go where the buildings take us.
Right. So, and you work,
Mm-hmm.
your main office is right here in Village Place,
Yes.
and you work both the terrace and here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a desk at the Village Place office. I have a desk, kind of where I do office work and stuff. But I also still do receptionist work at both desks.
Right.
People see me everywhere now.
Okay.
How many receptionists do we have now?
Including myself, there's 7 of us that work at the desks.
Okay.
So yeah.
And do you make out the schedule for them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. Yep.
Okay.
And you probably interview people that are interested.
Yep. Yep. That's part of it too.
Yeah.
Part of the new responsibilities. Yep.
Right. Being a receptionist is really a big job. I can
Yeah,
understand
it's
that.
important.
Yeah, it encompasses all the departments in one way or another, and so you got to know a little bit of all the areas and make sure
You've
it all
got to
kind of
set up so
flows.
many things. You have to
Yeah.
set up the bus rides and
Mhm.
talk to the people and take all their complaints and their
Mhm.
wishes and whatever they want. You have to be there on the phone talking to these people a lot.
Mhm.
And we really
Yeah.
praise all of them for doing that.
Well,
I was over at the terrace one time. You were behind the desk, and a gentleman came in, and he only spoke French, I believe.
oh, really?
And-
I'm trying to remember that.
And you had your little phone, and you were
Mhm.
translating what he was speaking, and it translated in English, and then it was kind of interesting to watch.
Try
Yeah.
to reach out to everybody
Yes.
best we can. Yeah.
Mm.
Yes, I'm sure we do have people that speak other languages too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Another Jenny story that I remember is just over here at Terrace. Where are we here?
Village Place.
Village Place. I'm still in Park Lane.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't
thinking
know.
about
Maybe
that.
it won't go away. So I'm at Village Place. Okay, so anyway, it was a new reception. I forget who it was, but there was like, gosh, I don't know what to do. I'll call Jenny. That was kind of the answer. Jenny
Yeah.
knows everything, so I'll call her, and she'll tell me what to do.
Yeah, being here the longest, you've experienced all the diverse weird things that can happen at the desk. So they kind of they'll fall back on me on all
And you
those
probably get
experiences.
still some things that you haven't heard of too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean we're still surprised at some of the things that
Mhm.
happen. It's
You
always
never-
something new to learn at the desk. That's
You never know when you pick up the phone who's going to be on the other end
right.
or what their wishes want to be.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm. And that has happened also.
Yes.
So, yeah. We just try to be there for the residents and whatever their needs are, we just
Right.
do our best.
So what does your husband do?
He works for Cedar Falls Schools.
Okay.
He's in charge of maintenance there. So,
Okay.
yeah, he's looking forward to the new high school over there is being built. It's going to open up next year, so that'll be a big change for him. But he's looking forward to that.
So he travels to all the schools at some time or another?
No, he's only worried about the high school.
Okay.
So, which it's an old building and they keep him busy over there for sure. So,
Mm.
and then with the new building coming up here, they'll keep him busy there. I'm sure.
Yes.
So,
What will they do with the old building?
I'm not sure what they're going to do with it.
Mhm.
I mean, there's been talk about, trying to sell it, and people have looked into it, but I don't know where they're at with it now.
Mm-hmm.
Friendship Village could maybe buy it. We have
Yeah.
an annex.
Sure.
Sure.
Expand a little bit more.
Uh,
I think we have enough property right now
yeah.
in this big
Mhm.
campus, as we call it.
Jump over to Cedar Falls. So.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Well, is he getting close to retirement? Is he talking like?
Oh, he would love to, but no, he
Oh.
and I are about the same age, so we've got a few years
Okay.
yet. So
Yeah, if you've only been married 25 years, you've got a few years to
yeah,
go.
that's right. Yeah. Although retirement's, the retirement age is getting higher and higher every time
Yes.
we turn around. So
Yes.
who knows how much we've got
Yeah,
left.
none of my
right.
kids have actually, I mean, the ones in New York have kind of retired, and they're both in their early 60s. But it was a choice they made
Yeah.
to move to New York and be near their 3 boys. And I think they're happy with that decision.
Yeah.
So I would say yes, they are retired. But the other ones
Still
haven't,
going.
they've talked about it, but they haven't done anything about it.
Yeah. I don't see myself retiring anytime soon.
No.
No.
No, you got a
God
lot of
willing.
years to give
Yep.
to Friendship Village.
Jenny, can you recall any? Well, let's see what to call it, like weird or out of the ordinary encounter you've had as a receptionist. Does
Oh,
anything
gosh.
kind of stand out as being unique? In,
I really can't think of anything,
Okay.
odd and out of the ordinary.
okay.
We did, for us, it's entertaining for us when we have events that go on and being able to see all the residents together, those are some of my happiest memories, is seeing everybody together, enjoying themselves there.
Yeah.
As just one big community.
Hmm.
I don't know, nothing really jumps out at me
Okay.
that I can think of.
You'll think of some things after you get
I
home.
know, right?
Oh, I should have told them this or that.
Yep.
Do you remember the time I brought up about the need
No,
of
I
a
don't.
translator?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
really? Okay.
That's why I'm like, was that me?
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could see myself looking that up, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I did that or not.
I got an app on my phone for translate,
Oh,
so I can.
different languages?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's nice.
But
Hmm. Wow.
could
We
you
had
see
a-
yourself someday, you and your husband, maybe moving in out here?
I wouldn't rule it out,
Sure.
but
Okay.
we haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Yeah.
Maybe we should be.
Way
but-
far away for that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's far away as you think it is, but anyway.
Think
Ah.
55? Can
You
they
can't-
move in at 55?
I think there's a rule that you
Something
can't
like that.
think about Friendship Village until you have gray hair.
Is
You
that
don't-
what it, I
You don't
know.
have any gray hair.
There's a little bit in there. So,
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the back of my mind. It's,
Where do you
70.
live?
I live over on Rainbow Drive.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
yeah, so not
In the
too far.
woods, in the woodsy part?
No, right on the street, right on along Rainbow.
Okay.
So, yep. Yeah, it's not a bad drive. It's a good middle spot since Steve has to go to Cedar Falls, and so
Falls.
we live.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just hop on the highway to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I suppose all your
We
kids
can-
have cars, too.
Yeah, that's always been a difficulty. When they were all teenagers, we had at one point we had 7 cars and a driveway that would
Yeah.
hold, well, I don't know.
Four, probably.
We made 4 fit there, and then we had to pull down around the corner to find a place for the other 2. So yeah.
Gosh. Huh.
Yeah, the more kids you have, the more cars you get when they get older.
That's right. Yeah. So I don't know.
And we had a
That's
driveway in
okay.
front of the house that would hold probably 2.5 cars. And then we had a triple garage in the back that would probably hold 6 cars.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
but we only had 3 kids, so
That helped.
yeah.
Yeah, when we bought the house, the first thing we did, I was pregnant with my 3rd child, and we wanted to put a fence in the back because Rainbow's a pretty busy street, right? So we wanted to make sure the kids weren't gonna, get out front or whatever. So we put a chain link fence up and stuff. And the first day, the kids climbed the fence. So I was like, okay, but no,
Mm.
That
nobody
was a
got
good
into trouble
adventure.
with that. Yeah.
And you're not going to fence us in.
I know. Yep, they're too smart for me. But no, we've been there ever since we moved there.
Well, my
so-
daughter has a fence in their backyard. They have a big backyard, and they put a fence up for the dog.
Mhm.
That they take the dog out, and when they go out of the house, they don't even have to leash her. They'll just say gate, gate, and she goes to the gate.
Oh.
And they let her in. Well,
Uh-huh.
some time ago, their daughter and son-in-law came, and they had a dog, and they brought the dog along, and they put them both out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, before too long, they looked out, and the gate was open, and there were no dogs.
Oh.
Their dog found how to move that latch up, open the gate, and the dogs got out.
Oh.
Well, everybody scrambled to get outside and find those dogs. Well, they did. They found them,
Yeah.
got them back, but I don't know how they secured the gate now. I forgot to ask her, but I tell you,
Yeah.
whether it's kids or dogs, they're going to find a way out.
Uh-huh. Yeah. At one point, we had chickens in our backyard. So it was, I don't know, probably 10 years ago, maybe somewhere in there, Waterloo, legalized having chickens. And so I was kind of in my homemaker mode there and, wanting to just do everything fresh. And so we had 8 chickens in our backyard. So we were the talk of the town, the
Okay.
neighborhood anyway. So, yeah.
Did they lay eggs? Were they layers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had them all named, and yeah, it was a good time, good memories.
Yes,
So,
that's what you
Can
want.
you tell one chicken from another?
Yes, we could.
You could?
We had like 2 of every breed or whatever. So, yeah. But they knew exactly which one was
Okay.
which. Everybody did. Yeah.
Would they respond to their name?
Mm-hmm.
They would?
Oh yeah.
So what did you do to end your chickens?
Well, you know what?
One by one, they
We
disappeared.
We
No.
decided we wanted a dog, and for my husband, that was kind of the big thing at that point. And so the chickens were getting older and laying a little bit less, and so we had a good friend who was raising chickens, so we gave them to them. And not 100% sure, but I can guess what happened to those chickens eventually. They were probably on somebody's dinner table. But yeah, so we got our dogs, and
At least it didn't end up on your dinner table.
right, yeah,
That would have been sad.
that wouldn't have worked so well. Yeah.
Then you got your dog.
Yep.
You still have a dog?
We do. We have a different dog. Right now we have a 90-pound German Shepherd. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, we used to have, because, when you have a lot of children, you have a lot of pets,
Yes.
So at one point I think we had 3 cats and 2 dogs in the house. So, yeah, we're just down to 1 dog now. So, so even though he's a big dog, it's still just 1 animal. So,
Is he outdoors or indoors?
indoors most of the time,
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we take him for walks and stuff. He's
Sure.
good protection. I that's the biggest reason I like having him is I like taking walks with him. I feel
Mhm.
safe. So nobody's gonna bother me with him with me. I'm
No.
sure.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, pets are a wonderful thing.
they are.
My kids, the ones in Washington don't have pets, but the others have pets.
Mhm.
Dogs or cats or whatever.
Yeah.
But we went all through that with our kids. Maybe you did too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We had dogs, cats, rabbits.
Yeah.
My daughter had a turtle, and they had. We didn't have hamsters. Somebody else had hamsters.
Yeah. We went through
And then
hamsters
my
too.
grandkids had hermit crabs,
Mhm.
and they were really
Yep.
interesting to watch. So.
Yep.
you
Yeah,
know.
I'm more of a cat person. I always have been.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's
The
okay.
question is asked sometimes, would you rather have a cat or a dog? Well, I'd rather have a cat too,
Yeah.
because their maintenance is low,
Mm-hmm.
and they have their own mind. They make up what they're going to do. But dogs require a lot of care,
They do.
and you have to pay attention to the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But
They
the
become-
dogs give back more than a cat.
Yeah, a cat does not give back well. Sometimes they do. And they crawl in bed with you and keep your feet warm. They're giving back.
That's
There you go.
right.
Mhm.
Yep, they do. They crawl.
And the dogs do the same thing.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
better than a husband.
Yeah. Could be.
Could be. For warm feet, anyway. Okay.
And they asked, wouldn't you like to have a pet here? I said, no, we can't have any pets.
Yeah.
Once you're here, you can't bring in a pet,
Uh-huh.
unless it's for a specific reason.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But-
You can?
Mm-mm. I can't go get a pet and bring it in.
Oh.
No. But if you move here and you have a pet already, you may bring your pet in.
Oh.
Like the ladies in the cove. There's
Mhm.
lady has a dog. Might be a couple dogs, I don't know. And there's a
If
lady
it's-
right
It
down.
doesn't have to be small and
Most of the time they are small, though.
They are small.
Yeah.
They don't want some great big old sheepdog.
Yeah.
There's a lady, though, on the first floor that has a cat. And the
Okay.
cats are pretty well trained.
Mhm.
I mean, she's had her door open when people visit, and the cat will go out and walk around and walk around. Won't go any farther than what the people are standing there.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes it'll go up and rub on your leg. Well, then
Yeah.
you know that cat likes you.
Right.
Yeah, but then it'll go back into the apartment.
Uh-huh.
There was a man over at Park Lane that had a cat.
Mhm.
And I would go down to do laundry. He lived near the laundry room, and I would go down to do laundry. And his cat would get out,
Mhm.
but it wouldn't go any farther than just that area around the laundry room. It would go under the table or go by the couch or something, and pretty soon it'd go back in.
Around. Yeah.
But it was hard for him to get around, and he wasn't real speedy about opening and shutting the door, so the cat would zoom out of there. But and then we of course had Hildegard, and she had her
Yes.
cat
Yes, she
Yes.
did.
for many, many, many years.
Yes.
So and that cat was pretty
That
well
cat-
trained too.
That cat used to be a member of the Friendship Village Auxiliary.
It did.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
She was a paid member.
Wow.
Impressive.
I don't think she voted very often, but she was a paid member.
Oh, for heaven's sake! I did not know that. Learned something new
The only
today.
our dinner cat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Even
I
to
don't even
Hildegard to
remember
do
what the
that.
cat's name was, but
I don't either.
Yeah.
it was very friendly. She left her door open. Helen left her door open. The cat went between the doorways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to both apartments. Went down the hall a little ways, but then it would turn around and come back.
Mhm.
It didn't go very far.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh well.
All the maintenance knew where all the cats and dogs are. You know.
Right. My daughter just visited a place in New York. It was up in Warwick, New York, north of them about an hour. And it was a petting farm. And they had goats. They had lots of goats. She said, I almost brought a baby goat home. I said, no, you didn't.
Well, that's funny because my kids all volunteer at the Sunrise Children's Zoo that's over by the Cattle Congress there.
Oh, yeah.
When they were younger, they all did, and yeah, at the end of one of the summers, they had a couple cats left, and yeah, we always seem to end up with another
Yeah.
cat or something, you know.
Couldn't bear to
Okay.
leave it there. They had to take it
No.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's what our life is like, children and animals.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you a grandmother?
I am. My daughter Meredith has one son, so
Okay.
I've crossed into grandmother land. Yes,
Grandmother
it's
land.
wonderful. Actually, I just had lunch with her today. They stopped
Oh.
in and brought me some McDonald's, and we sat in the car with her and her son, and
Oh.
we had lunch together. So
Oh,
that was nice.
that's
Yeah,
nice.
he's 2.5. So
His name is
Landon.
Landon.
Yes. So, yep, we had a very.
And you
nice
get to
day.
see him quite a bit.
I do. Up until the time I accepted this position, I was watching him every day, you know, all day, and so yeah, I spent a good part of the first 2 years of his life every day with him.
That's good. That's a good beginning.
Yes, we have a good relationship, and we still see him all the time. So it's good.
Does he go to daycare now, or?
Nope, Meredith's a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
So yeah, so she has lots of time to bring him to see Grandma.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So. And Meredith worked at the lodge. She started out at Village Place in the dining room when she worked here, and then she moved over to the lodge and was an RA there for several
Mhm.
years before leaving, and she had her baby and stuff.
Mhm.
But for those that are listening, I don't know if they remember Meredith or not, but that's what she's up to. So
Okay.
yeah.
We'll have to find Grace
Yeah.
here. I'm not
Mhm.
sure which one she is, so
Uh-huh. Yep.
we have a lot of
Over
nice
there.
young girls working. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes they wear their name tags, sometimes they don't.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
we have a good staff here.
I think so too. Yeah.
We have good cooks and
What building is she in, Grace?
She
Right
works at Village Place in
Right
the
here.
dining room there.
right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
In the evenings. Yeah.
And I don't go in the evening that
I
much.
don't
Right.
either.
Well, maybe it's here.
Because she's still going to taking classes with you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. We still So yeah, so I'm kind of working split shifts here because I'll come in the morning and then I'll go home. We'll do our homeschool and then I'll bring her back here to finish so she can go to work.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so it's
Oh.
and then I'll work my evening shift or whatever.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well,
Till
it's
she
nice
gets
you
her
could
license.
work all that out.
Yeah. Yep.
Really.
It's a season. It's a little bit of a running around, but it's worth it.
Hmm.
She'll have her license hopefully in the next couple of months, so that might.
Be another car in your driveway.
Yeah.
Or she'll just drive one of them that's still there. I don't
Yes.
know.
Can I borrow your car?
Good.
Yep.
Well, we were about winding down here.
I guess so.
Yeah.
We've had a good interview.
Yeah.
Well, it's been nice being here.
Good. We're ready to sign off, and we usually do it this way. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet once again. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.